Hello, everybody. Welcome back to AAPC's podcast. My name is Anho. I'm your co-president, and my fun fact is I'm beginner and average at bowling at the same time. Because beginner, their range ends at 70, and then average, their range starts at 30, but I'm in between.
I also she had to research that to make sure that she had to determine if she was a beginner level, but that was kind of funny. I thought that was funny. But Hi guys, welcome back to spring semester. I'm Julia Sayco. I am the other co-president of AAPC, and a fun fact about me is that I studied abroad recently in Spain for 3 weeks in the hospital.
That sounds fun to me.
Yep. And so we also have a special guest over here.
Hi.
Can you please introduce yourself, your name, major, all that basic info?
Yep. My name's Anna. I'm a medical lab science major. I'm the class of 2025. And my fun fact is that my front tooth is fake because my dog knocked it out.
Yeah, we won't zoom in, don't worry.
I remember the call that I got when she told me.
It was really
about
goofy.
that. Yeah.
Oh.
It was the day before senior pictures, too.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, no.
Really?
Yeah, I cried to my dentist. I was like, you have to squeeze me in.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah, I was crying.
Oh, wow.
Not really.
Hi. My name is Hera Lee. I'm the assistant graphic designer for AAPC. Anna is actually my best friend, so I'm really happy that she's here. And my fun fact is I dyed my hair red.
And I did
this
it.
winter break. Yeah,
and
she
I did it.
She dyed my hair.
Oh,
So that was really cute.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you guys for introducing yourselves. For this month, for February, we decided to choose the theme of self-discovery and reflection. Usually February is kind of associated with love, and we thought that it would be appropriate to talk about self-love and just talk about ourselves, because we forget that sometimes. You don't need a significant other to feel love for people and for yourself. So that's why we wanted to choose this theme. And I guess we're going to start off with our New Year's resolutions, since, January is kind of the month to start them, ideally, but really you can start your resolutions at any time, I think. So, did you want to start off with what you...
So this year, well, for me, I have 2 New Year's. So for January 1st, I came up with New Year's resolutions, but I also came up with Chinese or Lunar New Year's resolution. So for my January resolution, it was monthly expenses written down in a calendar. So I take a Good Notes, the Good Notes app, and then I download a calendar and I just write down each expense I have. And my goal for the following months is to spend less than I did the month before. So I racked it up in January just so that I could have a little bit of wiggle room, which is bad, but it's okay. I'm just writing them down. That's not the point. And then my other New Year's resolutions are learning more car make and models just for safety reasons. But also it's nice just to have random knowledge of things, just to throw out fun facts about anything. And then my last one is to drink more water, 64 ounces a day. But I've been doing it religiously, so it's nice.
Do you have an app that helps you, or a water bottle?
I don't have it with me. I should have brought it because I.
Do you have a giant water bottle? Is that what
it
you
was
were
one of the
saying?
giant water bottles from Costco, $16.99, guys, for 2. Okay, so you can have a water jug buddy or something, and then make sure you guys drink.
One.
Yeah,
I will.
yeah.
I also have a water jug, too. It has the times that I should be drinking this amount each day. So that keeps me accountable.
I feel like the water has been making me feel more, healthy, too. So it's not I'm just drinking water just to pee.
I'm a water connoisseur. I'm obsessed with water. And everyone was like, why are you bringing your jug around? I'm like, because I need it. It's literally every time. But for me...
I was actually severely dehydrated last semester, which is really goofy, yeah.
It's
really goofy because I thought it was a UTI, and then I went, I ran to the health center. And they were like, no, you're just severely dehydrated.
You have some fun experiences, I'll tell you.
There's a reason why she's here.
And we're going to talk about them all, so it's okay. Julia, do you have any good New Year's resolutions?
I feel like they're the same every year, but I guess I'm going to practice more self-care. I am a very type A person, and sometimes I like to overbook myself with a lot of things, and I don't give myself enough time to settle and rest. So that's something I want to try. Another thing is just like maintaining family relationships because I'm out of state, so I'm like busy bee. Like,
really, where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
So 2 hours away. It's not like terribly far. I don't need to. I don't need to go on like a plane ride to go home.
Yeah.
It's like a drive. But my family is like scattered all over the place, and it's very hard for me to maintain it because I'm so busy. But I want to make more time for them. Like, just give them a call. Like, hey, like I'm doing well. I know they know I'm alive, but I just think they'd appreciate if I called them once in a while. So, yeah, and with that, just not striving for perfection because I'm a perfectionist, and I just really want to, like, give my mind a break from all that stress. So, those are mine.
You know, like, the interview question, like, what's your greatest weakness?
That.
I didn't know. I just found out, but I didn't know that, like, if you write, like, oh, I'm a perfectionist or something, that's kind of, like, a thing that people, like, don't want to hear.
I know.
So... just fun fact, guys. Just don't say that when you're in your interviews.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
They would probably, like, be so annoyed by
they'd be like,
the
oh,
same
so
response.
you think you're a perfectionist.
But it's, like, true, though. Like, I can't explain it any more, any less. Like, that's what, it's true. Like, to me.
You definitely are.
Like,
I can vouch for that.
For people that know me, you can, it makes sense, so.
Just steer clear of it in interviews, though.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that.
Right, Anna, do you have any?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
So, my number one is to keep my room clean because Hera was my roommate last year. And she really can tell you it was awful.
It was
awful. It was really bad. It was really fun. I'm sorry. It was really bad. But anyway, that's my main thing. I need a new job. That's my other thing. I haven't even quit my old one.
What's your
Yeah,
what's
where
the
do
I'm
you
a PetSmart groomer. I'm a dog groomer.
really?
Oh.
You can help me with my dog, but
Oh,
anyways,
I would.
We'll talk about
We'll
it.
talk about it later. And I need to cook more because I spend too much money on Main Street and buying food. So I need to start making my own food.
That's fun. Hera, you have any?
Before I say anything, your room was not that bad.
It was really bad.
It wasn't that bad.
It was really bad.
I think you should give you, like, some credit.
I'll show you a picture. It's bad.
My New Year's resolution is, I feel like number one is learning Japanese because I've been taking Japanese class for, I would say 2 years, and I stopped taking it. So I still need that kind of motivation to push myself. So I think that's my number one. My number two is going to the gym. Although that's so basic, I really need to go to the gym.
You know, some people just need, like, the label to, like, as New Year's resolution to start going. So it's fair. I mean.
Have you gone?
Thank you.
Oh, gosh. All right, let's move on then. So, we also want to talk about self-reflection because, you know, self-discovery, you have to reflect on yourself before you can find yourself, essentially. So we're going to, like, propose some activities that you guys can do at home or, like, in your daily lives or, you know, just once a year. That's fine, too. But, yeah, so my portion is to your future self. So these are things that you can write or do to interact with yourself from the past, which I think is a good concept because it's like you're really taking the time to put your thoughts down now and, you know, see how you, like, change over time because it's really good to see self-improvement or, like, if you do happen to see like decline, then that's like your kick up the butt or kick at the butt to
no, literally
to, like, change, right? So the first activity I'm gonna recommend is to write a letter at the beginning of the year and then open it at the end of the year, and then, you know, it's your thoughts. So in this letter you could include, like, what you're thinking about at the time. Like, if I were to write one right now, I would be like, oh, I'm thinking about the bulldog ramen I just ate, so, you know, that would be fun. You just, like, just random thoughts, because it's, like, it's random thoughts. And then I would also add, like, what problems I'm having at the moment, like, any goals that I have, so I would definitely write down my New Year's resolutions. But also, these don't have to be, like, crazy goals. It could just be, like, oh, like, I want to get better at, because I'm a nail tech, so I want to get better at shaping nails, or it could be something, like, super small, but it's still a skill set that you want to learn. And then also write down where you are, like, progress-wise for these goals, because you could say, oh, like, I want to do a backflip. Well, maybe you're halfway there. Maybe you're doing, like, the front flip, and then you're not in the backflip stage yet, but you're getting air time or something to that effect. And then I also, like I said earlier, you can literally look at what you wrote down and be like, oh, I'm looking back, oh, this is what, I did improve. I'm like proud of myself. Or, oh, maybe I didn't accomplish everything I wanted to, but I accomplished a portion. So it's a really good way to gauge where you're at with like yourself with self-reflection. And also, like, at the end, I'd like to add a joke to lighten the mood, just so that it's not only, like, a serious letter, and, like, I don't have to sit there and cry to myself that I failed all my stuff. But, yeah, that's what I do. Just laugh about it. It's just a fun activity. It's not anything serious. And then another activity, like, I would recommend is to make a vision board. Actually, Julia was telling me, or I said, like, we were talking about this before, and I proposed the vision board. And then Julia goes, oh, yeah, I have a vision board, too. So
guys, I'm going to show y'all. So,
and it's her lock screen, too.
It's my lock screen.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So, this girlie is a pre-med here. Yeah. Well, we're both pre-meds, fun fact. For reference, I don't know if y'all can see that, but I made this New Year's Eve. Literally New Year's Eve. I went to the bookstore because that's my place of solace, and I was like, I need to inspire myself to keep pushing forward because I'm a junior, like you're a junior as well, and it's probably one of like the most significant years as a pre-med.
This year's a little bit busy for us.
It's a very busy, stressful time, and I'm like, okay, I need a little push. So I made it myself, and it's been great, and I love it. And I also, it's called, like, Landing. The website's called Landing, and people make their own vision boards of whatever they want, and they just post it, and people can even see it, and, like, people comment
get inspo.
And it's cute. Yeah, get inspo, and it's cute, and it's a cute little community. So, I don't know. It makes me happy. It makes me happy to look at. And it's true. The visuals that you see really influence you.
And it motivates you every day because you're like, that's what I want to do. Like, I like that you have a stethoscope on there. So it's like, that's so cute. But anyways, you could use, what is it, Landing you said?
Landing.com.
Landing.com. Or you could use Pinterest or, have like a physical like whiteboard or something and pin, if you're like one of the people who need to have it in person, you could literally pin like, let's say you want to buy a house in 5 years or something. You could pin, like, the type of tiles that you want or the color walls that you want on there. Or if you see yourself, with a specific job, with a specific salary, you could put that on there. You could put, what else? If you want a dog, you could put what kind of dog you want on there, So it's really, like, free reign for creativity, but at the same time, it's a very, very good, like, thing to practice and activity to do if you want to like get in the zone of achieving your goals. But yeah. And then sometimes I put quotes on my board. Like one of the quotes I have right now is, you can be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world and there's still going to be somebody who hates peaches. So, you're not everybody's cup of tea, but you're still striving to be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world.
I really like that quote.
Yeah,
it's
cute.
adorable.
Thanks. Also, you can add your future card to it, because I know like we're at the age that like everybody wants to like buy a car. Oh gosh.
Yeah, do you want a specific car?
I got expensive taste, so I'm just not gonna say it right now.
No.
I mean, like a G-Wagon would be nice, but that's kind of basic too. But I don't know. I'd have to learn more car make and models for sure. So, yeah. But yeah,
I love
what about you, Julia?
I mean, mine kind of overlap with hers, but I'm like, my love language is words of affirmation, and the thing that I'd probably want to implement or suggest implementing is daily affirmations, because I think words are really important, like the words that you say to yourself every day. I know, like, growing up and in high school, I would just be like, oh my god, like, I hate this, like, I hate myself, like, and it was so influential that I didn't even know. I didn't even know how impactful it was until, like, I realized, wow, I'm, like, incredibly depressed because I'm doing the self-deprecation of myself. Like, I'm doing self-deprecation, like, like, essentially. So I think that it would be great if people could start implementing it more into their lives, whether it be, like, on a Post-it note or, like, journaling, which is another thing that I suggested because I like to write, too. So if you're not a visual type person, like what An was suggesting with the vision board, and what else did you say? And even
the letter.
Well, I mean, even a letter too. Like,
that's so physical.
I think you can hold yourself more accountable by journaling and following prompts, or even writing whatever you feel like. Like, I feel like we don't give ourselves enough time to just sit down and like be with ourselves. Feel me? You feel me on that?
I got you.
So yeah, do you guys have any suggestions on how you can self-reflect?
I completely agree on the daily affirmation thing, because me and Hera, like, I found a video of us from earlier, like,
Sorry, Siri.
sophomore year, and the way we talk about each other and, like, ourselves, it's, like, awful.
Oh,
it's,
yeah,
like, awful.
right? Like, you don't realize
yeah,
it
no,
until
but
the
that's when
damn
I
just
watch
kind
it,
of, like...
and then I'm like, why am I saying that about myself? Like, what? Like, I'm literally a sophomore in high school. Like, why am I
That's
talking
exactly
like
what
that?
Yeah.
So-
We're so young.
Yeah,
We're
like,
still
why am
young.
yeah. Like, it was, I sent it to her, and I was like, why are we, like, speaking like that? Like,
we were degrading each other.
like, what?
Or, like, not each other.
Not each other, but, like, ourselves.
Yeah.
But, like, we'd make it into a funny way that was okay. But,
But
like,
it's like
is
a
it okay?
toxic. It's like a
Yeah, it's, like,
toxic
mean.
habit.
Yeah.
You know?
If you hear it as often
Yeah.
as you're saying it, then it's definitely going to affect you.
No,
It's
yeah,
like-
I agree.
It could be in your subconscious, but like you are still speaking it out loud,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
like it's just mind blowing to me. Like I don't know when I had that point of realization, but when I got into college, I was like, yeah, this can't be like I can't do this.
Yeah.
Like especially if I'm working towards a professional career, like even in the workforce, you're gonna have to be strong. Like you're gonna be resilient. Like you need to be decisive. How can you do that if you're not?
Yeah.
If you're emotionally weak, like
Especially if you want to like advance in the workplace, like
Yeah.
you need to be able to take care of yourself before you can start like managing others and things.
yeah,
like that.
it's kind of like I don't know if you guys are leaning towards like the healthcare field or are interested in that passion, but another mind blowing thing is how like there are people in the work like the healthcare system that don't take care of themselves and they're taking care of others, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like what?
Oh,
That's so like ironic.
Like,
to
how
me.
are you going to help others when you can't even
You can
help
help yourself,
Yeah.
and that's like
That's a big
wow.
thing.
That's still a big issue
Yeah.
to this day.
Absolutely. But yeah. So that being said, we could move on to trying new things besides these activities. For me, I definitely said when it hit January 1st, I was like, I'm gonna pick a new hobby. So I ended up, going back to piano because I used to play I had 6 years of piano, but then I dropped it, and so I could only play for release. So it's like, oh, that's the only piano you know. So yeah, I brought my keyboard to school, and I've been playing more piano. Some other recommendations could be crocheting. You said cooking for your New Year's resolution. Sports. You can get back into the gym, like you said. I just put arts, but I also put you could apply that to nails. And then I said reading, writing, and then photography is a big one because I feel like that's a good way.
Yeah.
Everybody has a phone nowadays. Everybody can just go outside and just take a picture of something that they really are interested in. Right.
Okay, yeah. Those are the things, those are the hobbies that we suggest. For me, it's hard for me to start something new. I like reverting back to my old hobbies and trying to hone it even more. So, you want to try to pick up something new. I want to go back to, the things that I loved, like art.
Yeah.
I used to paint a lot and do calligraphy, and that's why I put it at, the bottom, the writing and the photography, because I'm very passionate about those things, but I forget sometimes because I don't make myself the time to do them. But do you guys have any specific hobbies that you like to do?
I really actually crocheting is one of my big things.
Really?
Or
Yeah.
like
That's
knitting.
adorable.
Yeah.
What have you been crocheting?
Well, I've bought the supplies,
Oh, gosh.
but I haven't done anything.
Get
That's
to it,
okay.
girl.
I need to, but I saw a TikTok of this girl who said she was always insecure about her style and clothing, and she just started knitting, and now she makes these beautiful sweaters with bright colors, and I just got really inspired because trying new things can also develop into other things like style or the way you dress, and so I really want to get into knitting, as well as crocheting little stuffed animals for friends as gifts.
That's
So I think that'd be
adorable.
cute. Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah, I need to start reading.
Yeah,
I
that'd be-
have not touched a book myself in years. I haven't picked up a book that I like to read. It's always school's read it, and I'm okay, I'll read it. But even then I barely read it. So I need to start reading again because I have an awful attention span. It's awful.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
actually
No,
awful.
I can see
But yeah, I feel like reading would help with that.
that.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm thinking back. I don't think I've touched a book
No,
since
I
whatever was
hate
required.
reading,
Me
but I
too.
need to start liking it. I need to start liking it.
But
I
I'm
really
sure
like
there's a book
reading.
I'll like out there.
reading.
If you guys have any recommendations,
Yeah, give me a good book to read.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got
I
you.
too.
Oh my gosh, that's all I was doing throughout winter break, reading,
Me
reading,
too.
and I love reading. I absolutely love reading. I've been such a book nerd since I was in middle school. I have bookshelves in every single part, my parents are like separated, so I have like a bookshelf there, bookshelf here, and I have a bookshelf in like my UD apartment. So it's kind of nice.
What's your favorite genre?
It is science fiction, fantasy, and romance.
What's yours?
Romance and mystery.
Ooh, actually, I do like mystery too.
Really?
Mystery too.
Mystery's fun.
Especially murder mysteries, actually. I know they're very dark, but I actually like them. They're interesting. They're engaging. Cool. So, okay, let's flow from hobbies. We also thought, and also we got inspo from On's, like, podcast. Like, she listened to a podcast, and she got inspiration from these, so...
This is not all of our ideas. It's
yes.
just, we're just
so,
talking about
when
our
we
spin on
flow
it.
from hobbies, we're gonna flow from how do you study? So, do you guys have any specific methods that you use to study, or do you just kind of, like, wing it, and then you just magically do well? I don't do well, like, winging it. Like, I don't think I can... I mean, cramming is just not my style. Like, it's... I think it's most common, like, people can cram. Listen, this girlie can cram. I can't. I think, like, I've tried, but I just do way better, like, spreading it out, section by section, but...
I'm trying. I am trying to
No,
spread
like,
them
if it
out.
works for you.
Dude, I can pull those all night. I mean, I can't pull an all-nighter, but, like... I can sit there and be hyper-focused and just cram everything and actually remember it because I went to sleep, and then I'll be good.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, it's bad. I need to get new methods. So
But you get an A always at the end.
That's what really matters.
I mean, it matters, but also I should probably pick a more, productive type of studying. But it's what works for me, so... What about you guys?
I think my best way of studying is, like, kind of getting a whiteboard and, like, teaching it to yourself, but, like, like without an audience, obviously, but, like, you teach like a hypothetical audience, because I took anatomy last semester, and that was literally awful. Like, it was hard.
Yeah.
You have to memorize everything.
Yeah.
So I literally have to, like, draw everything and, like, teach it out to myself. But
I've gotten a portable whiteboard with me and my markers, and it's like, ready. It's a good way to study.
Yeah, whenever I study with you, she, like, has a whiteboard, and it's covered with words.
Yeah.
I always wonder who's
I'm very
writing
visual.
on the boards at
the library?
It's
Literally.
library, yeah.
It's her. It's Anna.
Yeah, I, like, stopped, but I need to start doing it again, because... Yeah. It's really helpful. I just, like, I like procrastinate. We both procrastinate a lot.
You guys are taking Orgo this year, right?
We took that last year.
Last year? Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that was biochem.
Oh, me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 527?
No.
Oh, never
Definitely,
mind.
like, 2 something.
Oh, gotcha.
214.
216.
Oh, okay.
Got you.
Good luck with that, too.
Good luck.
Thank you. I use the 25-5 method, where you, like, study for 25 minutes, and then you have a 5-minute break.
Like
and
the
then,
Pomodoro?
That one. I'd use that app. And then every, like, 4 rounds, you have a 30-minute break. And I don't know. I've been using it, and it works. So
Cool.
I definitely recommend, yeah.
Nice.
I can do the Pomodoro, but again, I just, like, cram everything, so it's so
Yeah.
bad. But every time I do study, I definitely have to have something to eat so I can remember. Like,
Ooh.
I don't know why.
Or, like, a drink.
Like, something,
Yeah.
you know how, like, smell is associated with memory? Like, when you smell, like, a specific scent, it's there's a strong scent memory associated with it. It's like that, but for food with me for some reason.
It's fun.
Yeah, I was like, I remember eating
these
these
like
shrimp
gum
chips.
thing.
Yeah.
When you chew
Yeah,
gum and then chew
chewing
gum
and
during the
chewing,
test.
Yeah.
Psychology. Okay. And let's see. Let's wrap it up with this one. So we had hobbies and passions, interests. We flowed from academics, serious things, professional things. Now, let's talk about ourselves again in nutrition. So, have you guys had any specific diets you've tried that's been beneficial for you? Like, are you guys like, let's see. Do you guys like to follow diets, or do you have your own personal way of maintaining your nutrition throughout the semester?
I've tried doing that, like following a strict diet or regimen, but I just never really worked for me because
Right. Okay.
I just really love food. Trying
real.
new food.
I feel that too.
Yeah.
So going out and limiting yourself on like specific foods just made me like miserable. So
Yeah.
instead of like sticking to one schedule or like range of food, I've thought of lowering the amount of food I take in. So if I eat at McDonald's, I get the smallest size. Or if I eat something really good, I make sure I keep a portion left so I don't overeat. So I would say something like that.
I'm impressed by that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I never have followed a diet, but the one thing is I've been vegetarian for ever.
Oh,
so I feel like that has definitely, obviously that influences everything I eat.
Mm-hmm.
But it's worked out for me. I feel like
it's manageable.
Yeah, it's not as hard as people say. I tried to be vegan for a week.
Vegan?
Did not know.
No.
I feel like I just need to educate myself more on what you can and can't eat as a vegan. I still
vegans
don't know.
can't. And I don't know. The week I did it, I can eat anything I like. I love ice cream and sweets and stuff, and that's dairy. So I can't have any of
It's just
that.
out of the window for you. I mean, don't they have vegan ice creams now?
It's not that good.
I've never tried it, so
yeah, you have to be dedicated for that. So
yeah.
Well, for me, I don't really stick. I don't really stick to a strict diet at all. I eat whenever I want, whatever I want. But if I do feel like I've been eating greasy foods or a lot of unhealthy fried foods, I will revert back to, I do need to eat add some vegetables in my daily diet. Literally yesterday. We had the GBM. We had a Valentine's general body meeting, and right before I ate a big nice Chick-fil-A meal. It was the sandwich with a large fry with the sweet tea. It was kind of it was busting, but it was not the most healthy thing. So then I ended up going home and I just chopped up a thing of lettuce and then put some kimchi in there, and then I was like, okay, well that's my vegetable for the day.
It was so cute. I was like, that looked good.
Yeah, and it looked I feel like to other people I had to explain myself oh no, this is not my only thing. I did eat Chick-fil-A before this because I don't want people to diet culture is so toxic. So it's really hard to talk about, dieting, but realistically you just have to do what's beneficial to you. You can't just look at somebody on, let's say a Pilates instructor or something, and then they're like, this is what I eat in a day. That is not real. Every single day, kudos to you if you are doing it, but it's really hard to change your diet to somebody else's diet when your body's not used to it. Yeah. So this is when we're talking about dieting, I just want to PSA, we're not promoting diet culture at all. It's just more you want to, for me, what I've been working on for myself is to have healthier habits with eating, and that means I shouldn't be snacking all times of the day. I could snack when it's snack time. Set a lot of times for myself, or I will say my schedule this year is kind of crazy. I have 4 classes back to back to back on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and there's literally 15 minutes to walk to my class but also grab food and eat at the same time. And I remember Tuesday, first day of that set of classes, I was oh, how am I gonna do this? I ordered my food while I was in molecular bio, and then I walked through Trabant, picked up my food, and then started eating it while I was walking. And then my professor, it's a quick story, but my professor was right in front of me, and she turned around and she saw me eating, but I didn't know that was my professor at the time, and so she was kind of giggling or laughing at me. And then, I'm still walking and eating, I'm trying to find this classroom because I didn't know where it was, and then it turns out she was my professor, so she saw me just sitting, walking and eating, trying to get in, but I did want my meal of the day, you know, so it's one of those things where, you would want to have those 3 meals a day, and you want to incorporate it into your daily life, but it is really difficult for some people sometimes, but What about you, Julia?
Oh my gosh, it's so difficult for me to, have a set, quote, 3 meals throughout the day, but something that I've been practicing is intuitive eating. So, when I eat, I'm focusing on eating. Sometimes I could be distracted. I'm doing 5 billion things you, but it happens. I don't put the pressure on myself to, do intuitive eating, but I try my best to do it, because actually being with yourself and eating, it will make you full. If you're not paying attention to your food, it's a psychological thing, then you're not gonna feel full, and that's why you overeat. And another thing is listening to my body when I'm full and not full. Before, I would just kind of growing up, I would overeat because I don't want to be wasteful.
Right.
But now it's oh yeah, I'm actually full, straight up. I can't even finish half of it, but the fact that I'm eating it cool. But that's what I've been trying to, practice more and implement in my diet, I guess, but it's not really, like, I don't have any specific diets. Things that I think are best for my body, things that energize me.
Eating habits.
Just a
habits.
good balance, but not starve myself, like, I need the energy, I need the fuel to work and to, be a functioning human being. It's important, to sleep, to eat, to do all of those things for your body, mentally, physically, for yourself.
I think, like, this is terrible of me to say, but I feel like it rubs me the wrong way when someone is saying, like, they're on a strict diet, because I'm like, why are you doing that to yourself?
Yeah, and, like, they're, what, like, 20, 19?
Exactly.
Like, why?
You're in your prime time. You can eat, but be
whatever
healthy, but eat at the
Yeah,
same time.
do whatever you want. Like,
Yeah.
I am not judgmental, like, for whatever you eat. You're like, I know some people apologize. You're like, oh my gosh, I just had such a filling, like, fast food meal. I'm like, okay, like, it's food. It's food. It's fine. Also, you're not going to be offending me. Like, it has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
You eating whatever you want. Like, how, that just, I don't know. I think it's also a psychological insecurity, too. Like, for people, like, just eat. Like, as long as you're eating, I really don't care. Like, and if you're eating enough, too.
Agreed. But like you said, there is such thing as overeating, so there, like, you just definitely have to find your balance. But everybody's body is different, so just keep that in mind. All right, so lastly, we just wanted to give you guys other resources that you can use besides AAPC's podcast and, like, their articles and on our articles and everything. But for me, like I said, like Julia and I said, we were discussing the podcast before, and a lot of these ideas aren't my own ideas or Julia's own ideas. It's just, like, spread out amongst, like, everything we've heard throughout, like, I don't know, just our free time. So for me, when I'm driving in the car, I listen to On My Mind by Ava Jules. And she focuses on just living her best life in her 20s, and she's just sharing, like, her experiences, which is pretty much most podcasts where they're just living their life, they're just sharing their experiences. But I think the, like, thing that, like, entices me to listen to her more is that I do agree with her opinions on a lot of things, but also, like, I just feel like she's very unproblematic, so I do like that about her as an influencer, because I feel like nowadays influencers are kind of like they put up a front, and it's you can see right through it.
I feel
sometimes.
like the intentions are skewed now. Like, I don't know what to believe. I don't know, like, what the media finds important anymore. It's just kind of like,
well, it's okay. Do your thing, 21.
Do your thing.
My second podcast that I do like to listen to, and, it's probably not the most educational podcast, but it's Suburbs Talk with Nick Grajeda and, like, the rest of the crew. But basically, it's just a group of friends, like the way we're sitting now, just talking about their life experiences, and they just do hot takes and a whole bunch of different,
A little bit PG-18 sometimes.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't recommend this to, like, a 13-year-old, but, it's good for people in their 20s. It's nice to, like, listen to how everybody in that group, like, has a different similar background, but different perspective on, things like going to the club or, like, relationships. I think it's really nice to get insight on people who are also in your age group, because everybody's experiencing so many different things at once that you can get kind of jumbled, and you're like, oh, maybe I did have the same, experience as that, or, oh, my experience is a little bit different. So it's very interesting to listen to. It's very lighthearted, I will say that.
For me, I'm not really a podcast listener, but I've been trying my best to listen to more things and sit there. But one of them I've been listening to is called Perfectly Imperfect with Christine and Regina. And I know I said it before, I'm a perfectionist, so that's why I'm like, I resonate with it, because they talk about the idea of growth, at least from personal experiences, the idea of acceptance, especially when adulting, like transitioning from, the teenage years to like I guess you're an adult. And it's hard, so they kind of categorize it by certain categories, I can't speak, of perfectionism and, their experiences. And I thought a lot of people can relate on that, And And also, both of them are Asian as well, so that's why I resonated with them, because I don't remember their ethnicities, but Christine and Regina are Asian women that have these issues right now.
Good. Do you guys have any podcasts you listen to, or like even YouTube influencers or anything that you follow that would give good perspective to the audience?
I'm a big I love murder mysteries and stuff. It's like really gory and stuff sometimes, but it's really interesting. And I'm actually taking like forensic science and intro to criminal justice, so it's very related. I often listen to Crime Junkie. I don't know who it's by, but she's an amazing person, and she just talks about some like really infamous crime scenes or crime stories, and it's just like a fun little podcast to listen when you're driving. Yeah.
I need to start listening to podcasts because I do not listen to them, but now I will. I'll take your suggestions up.
Yeah,
Sober Talks. I love Sober Talks.
Sober Talks is so interesting.
It's so interesting, yeah.
But yeah, you just have to listen to figure it out and I think when I started to listen to Sober Talks, I just picked a random episode, but then I went back to the very beginning, and you can see the growth in how their friend group has just grown, like their personality wise, but also in a business aspect, you can definitely tell what they got new mics, and their marketing is different, so it's really interesting to hear about. I like looking at the little cues, or listening to the little cues. But yeah, thank you all for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And hopefully you had fun listening to this podcast and being on this podcast. Make sure to check out our website. What is it? AAPC-UD.com. And then also don't forget to follow us on our Instagram and join our group me if you're not in there already.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.